Welcome to this video on voting systems. Today, we'll explore several common voting methods and focus on one particularly unique system, random dictatorship. Voting systems determine how we make group decisions. They directly influence outcomes in elections, competitions, and any scenario involving collective choices. Different systems often produce different results, and the right one depends on the context. Let's dive into 5 common voting systems: plurality, board account, veto, single transferable vote, and Copeland. First, we have the plurality voting system, also called first past the post. Here, each voter selects one candidate, and the candidate with the most votes wins. This is simple but can result in a winner without majority support. For example, if candidate A gets 4 votes, B gets 3, and C gets 2, A wins, even though most voters didn't choose A. Next is the board account system. Instead of choosing just one candidate, voters rank all the candidates. Points are then assigned based on the rankings. Your top choice gets the most points, and your last choice gets the fewest. The candidate with the most total points wins. This system captures more information about voter preferences than plurality, but can be manipulated if voters exaggerate their rankings. Now, let's consider veto voting. Here, each voter can veto or disqualify one candidate. The candidate with the fewest vetoes wins. This system allows voters to block their least favorite candidate but doesn't show much about who they prefer. It can lead to strategic voting where voters veto. Single transferable vote, or STV, allows voters to rank candidates like in Borda. The candidate with the fewest votes is removed if no contender receives a majority of first-choice votes. After then, their votes are moved to the following preference on each ballot. Until one candidate receives a majority, this process is repeated, although it is more difficult to execute. STV is a proportional system that can more accurately represent the preferences of voters overall. Copeland's method compares candidates head-to-head. Each candidate earns a point for every head-to-head matchup they win against another candidate. The candidate with the most points wins. This system focuses on pairwise comparisons, but it can sometimes lead to ties or cycles, where no candidate is the clear winner. Now, let's move to the most unusual voting system in this presentation: random dictatorship. This system is simple yet radical. One voter is randomly selected, and their choice becomes the final decision for the entire group. In random dictatorship, the decision is made by chance. Each voter has an equal chance of being selected, and the chosen voter's preference decides the winner. For example, with 5 voters and 3 candidates, a random voter is picked, and their choice becomes the final decision, ignoring the rest. Random dictatorship differs from plurality, Borda, or STV by ignoring most voters' preferences and relying on chance. While fair, as every voter has an equal chance to decide, it's unpredictable and lacks the sophistication of systems like STV or Borda, which better reflect overall preferences. Different voting systems have unique strengths and weaknesses, with plurality being simple, STV being proportional, Copeland focusing on head-to-head matchups, and random dictatorship offering a unique approach. Ultimately, the choice of voting system depends on the context and the importance of fairness, simplicity, or proportionality. Thank you for watching.